I'm Jeff Trimble, the Executive Vice President. As my first official duty, I get the pleasure of introducing the Clan Member of the Year. Pretty nice for me to do this. My father won it last year. He's Vice President of Events or Clan Tents. So it has been our custom and privilege to recognize each year one of our own members for exceptional service to the cause of our clan. This year, we recognize someone about whose virtues and contributions you have already heard. She has represented us very well both in the U.S. and here in Scotland. Through her active Facebook support, she serves our members all over the world. We look forward to developing new connections and relationships through her dedication of the Trimble Turnbull DNA Project. I don't know if you guys know who's coming up. It is our pleasure and privilege to recognize Fiona Turnbull as the 2019 TCA Clan Member of the Year. And we have this nice, heavy
Fiona.
I'm at a loss for words.
We don't believe you.
I just want to say thank you very much. My father and my brother were in the Fleurs at the Forest this year, and I'd like to dedicate it to them.
Occasionally and exceptionally, in order to recognize extraordinary service to our clan over many years, we celebrate a member with a John Fisher Turnbull Lifetime Achievement Award. Named for our founder, this highest honor granted by TCA, it was first awarded to Myra Turnbull in 2007. Since that time, it has only been granted to 5 other members. Here to present the award is Myra Turnbull herself.
My friends, Brian Turnbull, I didn't know Brian, but I've had the honour of giving you the information that has been given to me. Brian Turnbull has served the Turnbull Clan Association as webmaster and senior genealogist for 20 years. He has perhaps contributed more hours of service to our clan than any other single individual. Yet he has done so quietly without any fanfare. Though not a shy person, Brian intentionally avoids the limelight and praise, preferring to serve our member for the benefits it brings to them rather than to himself. Brian was a key member of the executive team that helped change TCA from informal regional groups into a well-constructed international organization, complete with a constitution, bylaws, website, policies, and procedures. He served as TCA treasurer during the important days of fundraising for the monument, providing impeccable accountability and also significant personal contribution to the cause. Because of his strong leadership qualities and his commitment to the members and the purpose of the Turnbull Clan Association, Brian has more recently been active in recruiting and supporting the vision of new, younger leaders who will build on the foundation which he has so well laid. We are proud of and thankful for Brian and his example. So it is my honour to present him with the John Fisher Turnbull Lifetime Achievement Award. Well done. darling. Yes, very well done. I would love to meet the gentleman, but I think Betty said he's in Canada. Is that right, Betty? Anyway, well done to him. Well, where would we be if we didn't have members like that? As I've always said, that John and I, through small acorns, have grown great big, beautiful trees. And it's such a pleasure and such an honor. I just wish he could be with me tonight.
Paul?
Myra.
No, you want me to do it now? No. This is a big surprise for one of my favorite cousins. Kissing cousins, actually.
Oh.
Wally Turnbull. Wally Turnbull received his BA in psychology from Rockford College in 1970 and his MFA from Ohio University in 1972. He spent the next 30 years in the country of Haiti, working in rural education with his lovely wife, Betty, and raising their 3 children. After returning to the United States in 2002, he became interested in his Scottish roots that he'd heard about so many times from growing up. Wally was asked to run for the office of President of Turnbull Clan Association in 2003. He served as president until 2010, and then again from 2013 to 2018. During his time as president, he accomplished many goals. Wally was instrumental in acquiring official arms for Turnbull Clan Association, granted and registered by the Lion Court. In addition to helping the officers develop new bylaws, a new constitution and an international board of directors, Turnbulls from many nations were reunited into a strong worldwide Turnbull Clan Association. Perhaps the accomplishment that Wally is most happy with is his realization of his lifelong dream to create a place in the borders where Turnbulls can connect to their heritage. 10 years ago, the turning of the Bull Monument was dedicated and unveiled in Hawick, Scotland. The monument is a life-size depiction of William Rule turning the bull to save the life of Robert the Bruce. His dream of a pilgrimage point for Turnbulls and borders clans alike became a reality. In 2010, not having a clan chief, TCA recognized Wally and his accomplishments with the title of Honorary Clan Chief. Wally accepted that role as not one of ruler, but as ambassador for Clan Turnbull, a position he has admirably filled. The beginning of this year, Wally was pleased to pass the leadership of Turnbull Clan Association along to the younger generations, seeing that he is honoured to belong to this clan, and asking support of the new officers as they continue to encourage our sense of belonging to each other through our shared past and present heritage. So, my fellow cousins, it is with great personal pleasure and an honour, I may say, that I bestow upon him the John Fisher Turnbull Lifetime Achievement Award. Oh, my, that's very, very.
One more.
I had to wait until this age to get a lovely kiss like that. It was worth waiting for Wally.
Hang around.
Congratulations.
Well, thank you.
And well
Thank
done.
you. I didn't expect this or nothing of it. It's nevertheless, it's a great honor.
Well, it's an honor.
Multiplied by his own hand and words.
Yeah.
Thank you.
There you are.
Thank you all.
Yes. What am I lucky, eh? You see what you've got ahead of you?
Oh, goodness.
Watch out, boy.
Well, Wally has left some awfully large shoes to fill, and I feel honored to be bestowed this what is put in front of me, the challenge and the groundwork that's been set. It's very exciting. As Wally mentioned before, shallow waters and whatnot, I've never been accused of being long in the wind, as I said, but that in no way does that, in my few words, it doesn't represent my passion or how much I care about this organization and the amount of effort that I'm willing to put in. That being said, it's been such a rewarding and memorable gathering. Met a lot of new people, seen a lot of wonderful things. We got to. It's been a lot of fun. We got to celebrate a birthday. We got to celebrate a 1-year anniversary of Nikki and Matt. Meeting some new local Floridians. We're hoping to attend a tartan ball here coming up in September. Looking forward to that. We've visited wonderful many sites. Important to not only to our ancestral heritage, but also important to Scottish history, including abbeys and castles and lots of beautiful sites. We were, very fortunate to be in Bedwell Kirk on Sunday for the presentation of the window, which gives the great message of the Great Commission. And another great monumentous occasion of which we got to be a part was the plaque presentation at the turning of the Bull Monument. Lots of a great week. Lots of activities that we enjoyed. A couple things just wanted to talk about that we were kind of lining up as Jeff and I worked together hand in hand to move the Klan forward. We'd like to continue to expand the social media footprint of TCA, working through different avenues, and also continuing. Betty and lots of other folks have done a lot as far as regular updates and communications, posting events and just spreading awareness to all the goings on and what everybody's doing and what people can actually do to get involved. And in getting involved, Bill has done a great job, and Jeff has helped a lot with hosting tents at Highland Games and spreading awareness. And that's another thing we want to continue to do, is try and get more people involved in hosting tents and just seeing what we can do to spread awareness and working to get more people active and get the Turnbull Klan and TCA out there. Another idea we had discussed, I believe Pam brought it up, was we went to the Borders Distillery, and they have an offer where you can buy a cask, buy shares in the cask, and in 8 to 12 years it'll be available, so we could purchase it in advance and sell Turnbull Klan Association whiskey as it comes out. So a long-term investment, but it's an idea we're going to toss around. There's some logistical issues with crossing oceans and boundaries and whatnot. We'll figure that out.
The Germans still be here.
Another bigger task that we talked about a little bit was the Bedroll Castle. Right now, it's just a mound. Just maybe getting a few people or a committee together as far as researching what we can do, maybe getting a school or some archaeological organization, society to begin preliminary investigations, maybe get, just to see what we can make happen there, whether it's just excavating the foundations or, not necessarily rebuilding the whole thing, just making another monument for not only Turnbulls, but for the country. Definitely open suggestions. My communication, my email, my cell phone number are out there. If you want to get involved or if you have any ideas for projects, please feel free. Other than that, that's all I have for the evening. Thank you.
I have a few closing words, but before I do, I'm inviting Barry Turnbull to come up. He has a very interesting little story to tell us of something that's just kind of come about and happened.
Very cool.
He will share that with us.
Who is that? Run away.
I'm here.
Okay.
Evening, everyone. Barry, cousins, family. I just first thought, I think, just sitting here tonight, thinking back to almost 4 decades ago, when Dad died, which seems like an awful long time ago now. And this whole idea of the Turnbull clan starting on the kitchen table in our house in Hawick. And I'm sure a lot of you know the history of that, but it seems quite remarkable sitting here today, seeing all you guys coming across from the North America and actually keeping this whole thing going and actually growing and getting even bigger, which is frankly amazing all that time. However, I felt I haven't really been able to partake much in this weekend's or week's events for other reasons. However, I thought I couldn't really come empty-handed tonight. So had a little thing happen last week. Last Thursday evening, as you may, most of you will recall, was 75th anniversary of D-Day, which was a huge event. You maybe not been as plugged into media and television and things as you would be if you were back at home, but there had been an awful lot going on. It was incredibly moving what was on the television here, all the presentations and enactments and everything. Anyway, I was very fortunate to be invited to a dinner in Edinburgh to celebrate D-Day 75 years on. I would like to think I was invited by Her Royal Highness Princess Anne, but actually she was just there. But it was nice. It was a big event. It was in a lovely place called Prestonfield House, and they have this amazing stable block. Anyway, they did the whole grounds up as if they had mess tents and the whole thing. It was run by the army. The senior army guy in Scotland, Bob Bruce, actually led it and did presentations. So they did presentations the whole night. We had pipers, we had squaddies, we had military personnel on every table. It was just a fantastic event, and the presentations themselves throughout the evening, a bit like tonight we're having music, between each course and before and after the courses there were presentations, and it was all about how the day actually went on D-Day for certain parts of the invading force and what actually happened to them. Anyway, there was a chap called Christopher Dunphy, who was, I guess, maybe in his 80s, one of the best presenters I've ever seen at one of these events. They had fantastic graphics up on big screens, and he took us through the day and had some sound effects, and he just spoke off the cuff. It seemed like off the cuff. I'm sure he's done it before because he was so good. But he spoke off the cuff, and it was an absolutely brilliant presentation. But the reality, what it came down to was he was talking about, in particular, the different battalions that were invading and which beaches and how it all happened. But what he really got most excited about, actually, was telling us about one particular division, which was, some of you, you'll know this because some of it's on the Turnbull website, but it was the 505 Parachute Infantry Regiment, which is part of the 82nd Airborne Division, the All-Americans, I think they were called, and it's the basis of the platoon and how actually the book written by, I've forgotten the author's name now, somebody will tell me, Band of Brothers, which became Saving Private Ryan, and then Band of Brothers mini-series, all that. So he told the story, and he actually said, the real guy that I want to talk about is a chap called Turner Turnbull, who was, in his eyes, and this was at a British event, in his eyes he was the actual, one of the heroes. I mean, there were many obviously, but he was one of the great heroes of D-Day. And I got quite carried away, we all got carried away, and everybody at my table went, that's you. I went, yeah, I know a little bit about this, but I haven't actually looked into it very much. Anyway, it was fantastic, and he just actually ended up saying, here, that was his thing. So one of the auction prizes was a uniform. It's a replica uniform of exactly the one that Turner would have worn on the day, and it was one of the auction prizes. It was actually donated by a military memorabilia enthusiast who were looking for things for auctions. Obviously there was a lot of prizes and auction items, but he donated this. This came from the set of Band of Brothers, from the Netflix, the mini-series. It wasn't Netflix in those days, I don't think. And obviously it was up for grabs, so I started bidding for it, thinking, well, you know, well, maybe get it or maybe not. Well, I got a bit carried away. So, as you do, because the emotion was running quite high in the room actually. It was an amazing evening. And the fact that it was all about this guy, Turner Turnbull, who has an amazing history in his own right. I've got a bit of paper right to hear it. There's quite a lot on the website. Actually, Christopher Dunphy's presentation himself, that he did himself, is actually written here as well, which was, I thought was very well condensed and gives it a...
What were his roots?
He was at his father was 100%, he was from, it says Colorado, but he was actually from Oklahoma.
Yeah, but we have
I'm sure it's all on the website.
we have relatives.
Oh right, well there you go, you know more about it than me. So all I've got is, I'm saying I've now got it, I've now got a uniform. Which I thought I should wear it, shouldn't I? No, I couldn't. No,
It's half hot, Mum.
it's an American, no it's not, it's an American GI's uniform from the day. It should be almost perfect in terms of what it looks like. I thought we should keep it somewhere as part of the Clan Museum, or now it'd be great if it was in North America, but I think it's actually really heavy. Unless somebody's got extra hand luggage allowance or baggage allowance, I'm not sure it's going back with you. It can go wherever. I'm just donating it to the Clan. Well done. Thank you.
Well done.
Well done, Barry, thank you. That's kind of exciting. Couple of things. First, I want to just thank you all for coming. I want to thank our local friends and Turnbull family for being here. Thank the group. Today on the last coach ride, I thank them for trusting us to come and hopefully fulfill some of their goals and dreams here in Scotland. And I think we've had a grand time, so thank you all for being here. Myra has given us the original guest book for Turnbull events that they were doing. It is out here on the table with a pen, and I would love for all of you to continue the tradition and sign the guest book. Also, there's a very long book like this. That is the original registry from 1977 when Myra and John started adding Klan members from all over the world. And it's quite fascinating too, so look through, maybe you'll find one of your relatives in there that you didn't know had joined up early on. So please do that. As we break up, the Buskers Bunnets are going to continue to play for us. We'd like to do a group picture of the tour group before you leave us, and some pictures with some of our local friends. So thank you all for being here.
Thank you.
are Turnbull flags on the table. We would like them to go to our Scottish cousins who might be here tonight. So if you are sitting at a table and you are from here, please take the flags.